Hi, my name is Jasmine Soto and my money personality is it'll all work out. When it comes to saving, I do not really prioritize it until I have goals. Unfortunately, this means that it will be more difficult for me to achieve my goals since I go with the flow. This is my 1-month based budget plan. Throughout a typical month, I receive a total of $200 in total from both my parents. Some of my needs include food, which is $65, Wi-Fi for school, which costs around $30, pet food, which is $60 for all 4 of my pets, and school supplies, which is $15. I usually have money left over and sometimes I will save it or spend it on some things I may want. Some of my wants are shoes, which is usually $50, clothes, which is $80, a new phone, which I would have to save up around $800, and subscriptions on my phone such as Netflix or music apps, which can cost around $30. In Module 4 I learned about the benefits of leasing or buying a car. Based on your different wants and needs will determine whether you should buy a car or lease a temporary car. If my friend asks for advice on buying or leasing a car, I would first ask for their needs. If their needs include unlimited miles and wanting to customize the car, then I would suggest buying a car. This will allow them to have no limit on miles and still have the option to customize the car since they will be the owner. However, if my friend is on a budget and will need a lower monthly payment, I would suggest for them to lease a car. This, however, will only allow them to drive a specific number of miles and they will also not be the owner of the car. I would also explain to them that according to Everfi, leasing a car does not cover all accident damage, but the repair costs will be lower. In another situation, if I had a relative ask me for my advice on whether to buy a new or used car, I would explain that the choice depends also on their needs. For example, in Module 4 I learned that a new car will lose its value much faster than a used car. I would also explain to my relative that a used car will be much cheaper and require less money. However, a new car might be more reliable as time passes since it has never been used. If my relative does not have a lot of money to spend and does not plan to use the car as frequently, I would advise them a used car. But if they do not mind spending a bit more and will want more usage out of the car, I would recommend a new car. During these tough times, the pandemic has affected the buying preferences of many people in the US. Many people have become unemployed and their income has drastically lowered. Due to insufficient money, people have stopped purchasing many items that are not necessary. For example, this graph shows that during the pandemic 8% started shopping online rather than in stores and 14% ordered their items online and picked them up in stores. However, due to this pandemic, in-store shopping drastically decreased and online shopping became more popular. People now prefer to shop from the comfort of their home rather than exposing themselves during the pandemic. In this other graph, we can see that overall people in the US participate more in online shopping. Specifically, this graph states that 15% spend less but still buy more online. It also shows that about 23% prefer online shopping. In total, online shopping has increased by around 46% due to the global pandemic. Another country whose economy has been affected by the pandemic is Italy. Italy was one of the countries with the highest coronavirus cases and therefore was forced to shut down many of their stores. Due to shutting down, many people lost their jobs and stopped purchasing items, which eventually lowered Italy's economy. As seen in the graph, the year 2020 has the lowest bar, which represents how in comparison to other years, 2020 has been affected the most. This other graph shows data about Italy's economy decreasing rather than increasing. The economy dropped -10%, which affected people's income and caused shopping to lower as well. Here are my citations. Thank you for listening.